Special welcome to one of the Sunday morning service. Let's come together to rise our heads in prayer. Bring to mind the form of one. We should pray ask God's blessings this morning upon all of us gathered here this morning service. Bless us, O Lord, so that we all can be able to concentrate and focus upon thy Lord's right feet, where we all can be able to have our love and devotion. Let's all join in prayer. Protects us from all evil and all negativity. We prostrate at the Lord's feet this morning. Manojavam Marojatulyamegam Jitendriyam Buddhimatam Purisham Vadatmakam Bhamarithyamukham Sri Ramadutam Sharanam Prapatye Principal Syamar Ramachandra ki jai. Our discourse this morning is from Ramayana. It's Balkanda. Today begins a period in our Hindu calendar that we refer to as Holashtak. Holashtak, it's 8 days before the burning of Holika. And it is said that it is a period that is very inauspicious. It is not a period that is recommended for sanskars, janeyu, christening, as you say, namkaran sanskar, all the other sanskars. It's not a time to enter into a new home. It's not a good time to start building up houses and all of these things that we try to do in Sanatana Dharma. So this period of Holashtak, it came about, well, a particular episode that's linked with Holashtak. It is said on this day, like today, it would have started around 20 past 3 this morning. And it will complete on the Dahan or the Holika Dahan and is going up. Holika, that should go on 28th of this month. So if you have anything like that that you intended to do, please refrain from doing it. No business, nothing long term. And then after the Holika Dahan, and it goes into Kharmas. And you say Kharmas, again, it's not much of a good period. And after Kharmas, you get Navratri. In the Navratri, it may be good for Devi Puja, but Navratri is not particularly recommended for many things. So if you feel that it's a good time and it says Durga time and I can go and do this and I can go and do that, please consult with your Pandit. It's not appropriate for many things as opposed to the 1 or 2 things that it is good for. So when we reach that time, go along in service, I'll tell you about the Navratri period, I'll tell you about this Kharmas period. But for today we talk about Holashtak. And this date of this time of Holashtak, you should be engaged in devotional exercise and pray to Bhagwan Shankar. Pray to God and ask for Bhagwan's blessing so that this period will pass and things will be okay with you all. Our scriptures or Puranas would have talked about an episode that involves the time of Holashtak. On this particular day, the god of love, Kamdev, was destroyed by Lord Shiva, particularly like today. So let's hear the Tulsidas song. Sati Devi would have burned herself in the fire to come back as Parvati Mata. Born in the home of Himachal, the mountain king, she was devoted to that form of Lord Shiva. Narad Muni came to the home of Himachal and try to persuade Parvati not to marry Lord Shiva. He's a crazy man. He have naked. He have one servant on the neck. Don't marry him. Married Vishnu Bhagwan. He's very handsome. And you know everything that goes in it. And she said to her mother, he says, listen, if I don't get married to Lord Shiva, then I will bring him and marry him. And so she went into the forest land and she began a tapasya, praying to Lord Shiva. There was a demon by the name of Taraka, terrorizing the world. And they all approached Devatas, saying that the sages, they approached Brahma, Vishnu. And Brahma said to them, listen, the only way that this demon can die, he can only die by the hands of a son of Lord Shiva. Thank you. So only the son of Lord Shiva can destroy this demon. But Lord Shiva is not married. Parvati is not married. When the separation between Shiva and Sati, Bhagwan Bholenath would have gone into Dhyan and Tapasya. And at that time, Dulahin was not on the mind of Lord Shiva. Who was on the mind? Sri Ram. And so he meditated upon Sri Ramchandra. But all the Devatas, now that this demon can only die at the hands of a son of Lord Shiva, how we go have a son in Vyama? So they approached Brahma. And Brahma said, listen. But first, the Sapta Rishis were sent to Parvati to get her to change her mind, or to test the devotion of Parvati for Lord Shiva. And so they pleaded with Parvati to try to desist her from marrying Lord Shiva. Realizing that she was steadfast in her devotion, they submitted themselves and they returned to Kailash. So they all, afterwards they were journeying to Brahma, and Brahma created a plan. Brahma hatched a plan and he said, listen, for us to be able to get Bhagwan Bholenath out of this samadhi, something has to be done. So he would have said to them, listen to my plan. Parvati is doing tapasya to win the hand of Lord Shiva in marriage. Bhagwan Shankar is in dhyan, is not interested in marriage. So for us to be able to win, or for us to be able to get a son out of Lord Shiva, he has to marry Parvati. So we must wake him from his dhyan. Now it's not easy to wake Lord Shiva from his dhyan. When he's engaged in devotional exercise and engaged in devotion to the feet of Sri Ram, it's very difficult to wake him. Narad Muni tried plenty time to wake Lord Shiva. He couldn't wake him. All the Devatas, they tried to wake Lord Shiva. But what was the plan of Brahma? He quickly called on the Devatas and he says, listen, let us call upon that form of that Devata known as Kamdev, the god of love. And so they would have summoned Kamdev. And the plan was for Kamdev to disturb Lord Shiva, to wake up Lord Shiva, so that he would be able to get married to Parvati. Have you seen what Chandra Bari does now? Or at least trying to get a good Gulaba, plenty Chandra. So they called on Kamdev, they invited Kamdev, and he appeared before them. He was armed with his bow and his 5 arrows. And standing at the side of Kamdev was his attendants. One of the attendant tenets of Kamdev were the seasons. You have different seasons. They would have manifested and standing next to Kamdev. Ritu, or the Basant Ritu, the spring season, was one of his favorite attendants. So standing there, the god would have now explained their distress to Kamdev. Oh Kamdev, this is our situation. For this demon to die, the holy earth has to be wedded with Parvati so a son can come. Kamdev listened to the request and immediately he thought to himself, I, going up against Lord Shiva, there's only one thing to come out of that is death. So Kamdev immediately realized that this is real trouble. This is asking for me to commit suicide, basically. Nothing good will come out of being hostile to Lord Shiva. Nothing good can come out. But for the sake of the Devatas, for the sake of good, and for the sake of the world, Tarabi Karabamai Kaj Tumhara Shruti Kaha Param Paradharma Upakara. And the saints and the sages and the Shrutis, the Puranas all say, if one sacrifices themselves for the benefit of others, their name will go long. There will be tremendous blessings. I'm thinking like this Kamdev, he said to them, he says, listen, I will do your bidding. So Kamdev, Asakahi Chalayu, Sabab Sirunai, bowed his head at the feet of the elder Brahma and others, and he decided. He began thinking of how he will establish this task, how he will be able to carry out this mission. So together with all his attendants, they departed. And so Kamdev began to spin his magic. The entire world was mesmerized. The living creature, both animate, inanimate, the fishes, and those in the sky, the birds, everyone, even the saint and the sages who was there in Tapasya, forget all about Tapasya, they can start study all the night. It says that in the world, the male was seen everybody as female, the female seen everybody as male, everybody now been lost. The whole gone haywire. Kamdev controlling everybody. So for about 1 hour, roughly about 1 hour, the whole world was blind and restless with lust and passion. Even the saints and sages, they left their home in search of running behind lust. Now that the world was in this state of lust, Kamdev, he went to Lord Shiva. He went to Kailash. He now approached Kailash Parvat. Reaching Kailash Parvat, it said that calmly, who was able to mesmerize the entire world? When he stands before Bholenath, he began to tremble. He began to tremble seeing Bholenath, seeing that form of Lord Shiva, and immediately he began thinking, this is not for me. I must return, I must go back. But when he thought of the promise that he would have made to the Devatas, he stood there looking at Lord Shiva. When he reached to that state that he began, he got frightened and scared. His body started to tremble. At that point in time, the entire world returned to its normal state. That charm that he had over the world disappeared, and they all regained their natural state and began chanting, glorifying their devotees and so on. Rudra Hideka Madana Bhaya Mana Durad Harash Durgam Bhagavana. Who can really conquer Lord Shiva? He began to think. Who can really oppose Lord Shiva and ever become successful? Now he has to formulate another plan. He has to formulate another plan. And so he would have created an illusion in Kailash Parvat. Again with the attempt to win the favor, to distract Lord Shiva. But that didn't work. And every trick in the book, Sakala Kala Karikoti Bithi, thousands and thousands of tricks he would have tried, all failed. Hara Osena Samit, Chalena Achala, Samadhi Shiva, Kopo Hatanigata. And all that Kamdev could have mustered, all his strength and courage and power, he failed upon Sri Lord Shiva. Bhagavan Bholenath remained in his trance, remained in his dhyana and samadhi. And this would have brought a certain amount of anger to Kamdev. He would have tried and tried and tried and constantly failed. And he got angry. And this anger will now be the cause of his destruction. Became very frustrated. It said that he climbed upon Dekhi Rasa Vitapa Karasatha Parasatha. He climbed upon a huge mountain, a mango tree. And there he is looking at Lord Shiva. And he took 5 arrows and he fitted his 5 arrows onto his bow from where he was on the mango tree. And with a rage, he sent these 5 arrows and struck Lord Shiva on his chest. He sent these 5 arrows, a very sharp arrow that was lodged down in the chest of Lord Shiva. Bhayavishan Chobu Visheshu Naina Ughara Sakala Dishi Dekho. Having struck Lord Shiva with his 5 arrows, the eyes of Lord Shiva opened. And he began to look around. And in this, looking in every direction, he would have seen Kamdev hiding in the mango tree. The moment he saw Kamdev from the third eye, his third eye opened and immediately he was burnt to ashes. Kamdev. In that loud wail and cry before he died, the wife of Kamdev, Rati, she heard his cry. She heard the cry of her husband. It was unbearable to listen to the cry of her husband. Because when she, having heard of her husband going towards Lord Shiva, she would have prayed to him, don't do it. Kamdev is not going to result in good. So now Kamdev was burnt into ashes. What was Rati's response? Jai Ram, Jai Ram, Jai This loud wail went throughout the world. Even the devatas were alarmed of the situation. They would have sent Kamdev on a mission